Hello everyone and welcome to the day we all been waiting for, converting our Spotify car thing into a Spotify desk thing. This tutorial will be covering Windows. Our Linux tutorial will be released shortly following this, so let's get into it. So I know I already went over what the desk thing is during our other Spotify car thing video, but let's check out a quick recap of what it is and what it allows us to do. On the GitHub page of 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗲, thank you to the developer for commenting on our other video, we have the desk thing project. Now this, combined with a 𝗙𝗵𝗺 firmware image for the Spotify car thing, allows us to install community-made apps to control our local music playback, Discord activity, the weather, and a bunch of other useful features, including Spotify itself. The project is open source and created by the independent developer 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗲. Users can contribute by installing software and adding their own custom music apps. We won't be going into developing apps for this, as there's a lot to it, but if you want to, I recommend going to the GitHub link and joining their Discord page. In short, the desk thing takes the Spotify car thing and transforms it into a customizable tool for managing different apps and functions on your desktop. Quick disclaimer, I'm not responsible for the breaking of your device. Follow this tutorial at your own risk. So now that we know what we will be installing, let's talk hardware prep. Now it doesn't matter what version of Windows you're using, either Windows 10 or Windows 11, we're gonna need the same thing: a laptop, desktop, or VM running Windows, the Spotify car thing, a USB cable for it, and that pretty much concludes all the hardware we need. Let's get into software. For tools, we need to install Python. I've had success using an older version of Python, version Python 3.1.0, but with the new tool, the latest version of Python should be perfectly fine. And after this is done, install any version of Git, just make sure it's the 64-bit version. You may need to upgrade it inside the console line. Same can be set with pip. Just run the python.exe directory -m pip install upgrade pip. We also need to install 𝗙𝗺𝗺𝗀, which you can do by downloading the zip file down in the description below, or you can just clone the repository in command prompt. You can do this by opening up command prompt, cd into our downloads folder, and type in git clone and then the 𝗙𝗺𝗺𝗀 GitHub page, and putting it in your 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺 tool folder, just like we have here. And then lastly, download 𝗙𝗵𝗺 from the website. Now real quick, for 𝗙𝗵𝗺, it's only needed if you haven't already flashed a different firmware onto your Spotify car thing. So if you've already done it, don't worry about 𝗙𝗵𝗺. It only changes the USB driver that the Spotify car thing uses, so we can read it on our Windows machine. Just to make it easier, have your shortcuts to these programs either on your desktop or in a folder that we will have our files in. Now that we have all of our software tools, we need to download some files. We're going to need to download the 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗀 tool from ThingLabs OSS. Hit code, hit download zip. We're also going to need to download the 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺 image on the 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗃 GitHub page. Now it's not specifically on here, but we can find it by going to the GitHub page, scrolling down until we see flashing. Now this image dumps used to take us to the mega link, but if we hit on new image dumps, it's actually on this ThingLabs website. Now just click on version, click on the current version, and then we're going to download the version.zip. Alright, once it's done downloading, extract the 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗀 tool folder. And then we're also going to extract the ThingLabs firmware. And then just to make it easier, we're going to rename this thing firmware and put it in our 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗀 tool folder. Alright, with that done, let's copy our link. Open a command prompt window. Let's cd into our folder. And then we're going to type in Python 𝗙𝗵𝗺𝗺𝗀 tool find device. Alright, our device is found booted into USB mode. Now, final warning and disclaimer, this will remove everything on the Spotify card thing. So let it do its thing, don't unplug it or turn off your PC because you might break your device. Alright, let's flash this firmware and we can get onto setting up our 𝗙𝗃 server. Now let's flash our firmware by doing the exact same command, except this time type in restore device /firmware. Hit the enter button and it should start flashing our new 𝗙𝗃 image onto our Spotify card thing. And it's going to disconnect and reconnect. Now, if you get the bulk CMD timeout, there's two things you want to do. One, make sure you've installed the correct driver using 𝗧dig. And two, just doing a quick power cycle and trying the install command again. Alright, while that flashes onto our Spotify card thing, let's go and set up our 𝗙𝗃 server. Going back to the GitHub page, we're going to get the 𝗙𝗃 server for Windows. So we can find the versions of the server by scrolling down. So you find this, the official website, and click on your version. So we're going to be doing Windows. It's going to download a setup.exe file. Now you may need to flag this as a safe file because it's coming from an untrusted developer. So hit keep anyway. Once it's done, hit open file, more info, and hit run anyway. Now I don't condone running software from unsigned developers. So if you are worried about this, just use a virtual machine. If not, just be careful with what you actually download. Sometimes you may need to rerun the setup. And it's going to install everything. On the initial boot of the application, it's going to ask you to allow access on the firewall. So click allow. Now we need to finish setting up the server. So go to settings, go to device, enable auto detect 𝗙𝗃, use global 𝗙𝗃, and enable auto configuration. Now we also need to run the firewall configuration, which opens up 𝗙𝗃 on the network port so we can use it. Now running the firewall configuration is going to take a little bit as it has to run a PowerShell script, so just give it a second for it to do its thing. Now the 𝗙𝗃 client should also download when you install the 𝗙𝗃 server. If on the left side it shows that it's not installed, go to downloads, click on it, click on server, and then download the 𝗙𝗃 client. Now real quick here for messages and errors, we can see that 𝗙𝗃 is not running and not downloaded. Just hit the restart server button and it should fix it. If anything, we can manually install 𝗙𝗃, but if we go to the specified folder that's shown in the error message, 𝗙𝗃 is actually installed on that folder. So just hit refresh 𝗙𝗃 and we should be good to go. Now if 𝗙𝗃 still doesn't work, just reboot your PC and then try again. And that's pretty much about it for now. We can actually finish setting up the 𝗙𝗃 server once the Spotify card thing is finished flashing. The Spotify card thing should finish flashing by now. So what we can do is we can exit out of command prompt, unplug our Spotify card thing and plug it back in. Alright, after we plugged in our Spotify card thing back into our PC, the auto configuration is enabled, so it's just going to run through its setup process. Shouldn't take too long to configure. And then it's just going to disconnect it and reconnect it from the server and our PC. And here we have our card thing platform. We can go ahead and just clear our notifications. There's nothing really important. Now real quick, if you have any issues with this, try another USB port, another USB cable, and try restarting your PC. this doesn't seem to work too well on virtual machines. You will need a live boot OS of whichever you're running to make it work. I haven't found the fix on the virtual machines, but just a fair warning. Alright, let's go ahead, see how we install these apps, and see the overall use case of this new desking client. When it comes to installing apps, the process is pretty straightforward. Go to the Downloads tab, click on the application you want to install. So we're going to install the Spotify app. Click on the Downloads. It's going to install the app, and then hit Initialize App to install it on the Spotify card thing. Now, it's going to technically already initialize it when you download it, but it's always best to just hit Initialize. Now, if we check under the request, we do need a Spotify client ID, client secret, and redirect URL, all obtainable by the Spotify developer dashboard. So if you want to use a third-party Spotify client, it's not going to work. For another example, why don't we check out the weather app? We're going to install it, initialize it, and then under apps, go to settings. And here is where we can modify the application itself, the temperature unit, the wind speed, and everything else. Now checking it out on our Spotify card thing, you can see that it shows the current weather, the real feel, and the wind speed. It is formatted a little oddly here, but I mean, it's all still in the works. Now after you hit all the changes, just hit save. Now removing applications is pretty much the same ordeal. Go to apps, go to settings, go to apps, select on the application you want to remove, so hit the little settings icon, hit actions, and hit purge, and hit OK. And that's pretty much how you're going to remove applications from your Spotify card thing. So when it comes to using the new 𝗙𝗀𝘀𝗵 desk thing, we're just going to check out the basic usage. This is currently set into offline mode. I don't actually have the server running. So we get the nice dashboard. We're just going to clear the cache. And then we get this basic dashboard is what you get every time you load up the Spotify card thing. So touchscreen seems to work. We get our connection status, open clock, button mapping, music player, settings, and recent logs. Now if we click on the music player, it will bring up this nice UI used more for Spotify or even the inbuilt audio player. It hides the music player and we get the actual full dashboard. If you just want to use it as a clock, hit open clock. Now unfortunately, only the clock will work if the server is running. If we hit our little circle button here, it does bring up the menu at the top to change different applications. There are no icons for the moment. And if you get stuck with this, you do have to swipe up. If we want to quickly switch between apps, just click on this and cycle through. And then click on this again to bring up the app you want. That's pretty much basic use case. You can also assign different apps here at the top, and these buttons will open those applications. And that's pretty much basic use case. If you want to bring up the shortcuts again, just tap at the bottom and it'll bring it up. Now normally it's supposed to show the icon, and if we tap on this, it will get the icon, and clicking this will bring us our full screen. And that's pretty much about it for basic usage. There's a lot more to it that I didn't cover, but we may come back for this at a later date. And that pretty much brings us to the end of this desking tutorial. Now remember, this application is still in development. Not everything will work. We still get some errors here and there on the client and the desking side. So if you found this tutorial helpful, even the slightest, consider subscribing, comment down below any other issues you've had. Like if you like, dislike if you dislike it, and I'll see you all in the next video.